Morning everyone, welcome to this week. I think last week I mentioned that I'm all over the place, and I think it's fair to say, yes, I've got a bit of something going on everywhere here, and my first thought is I don't know where to start, what to pick up with, and literally you just start. I just put paint on the plate, get a brush, and I went in with the first thing that was sitting on the front of the easel. So it's a case this week, I think, of moving between. Even in the kitchen, it seems I can move and work on several pieces. Working in rotation, working on paintings in rotation. I found these babies in the supermarket. I didn't get trolley envy, I found them for myself. Hyacinths. I was rather taken. I thought the pot was pretty and I thought they'd be really lovely. I can try and sketch these up. These will make some really good drawing painting material. I know spring's coming, but it's dragging its heels. Anyway, these are a great cheery item. So at some point, I'll be having a go with those, as well as my other projects. I've got to get a bit of a move on this week because for the Mother's Day weekend in the UK, I'm really excited to be doing a weekend exhibition with a really lovely lady called Carol Ann Slater. Carol Ann is a tremendous oil painter. I love her work, so it'd be really nice. I haven't exhibited anything, it feels like, for ages, so it would be nice to get some work out, see people, speak to people who come in and have a look. It's really lovely to boost your body of work with a few new pieces. I will get my skates on to get it together for the weekend. I've got a frame and I think it's either going to be the chair or the tulips. Chair or tulips. That is very, very right. So let's put that. I'm going to put big tulips to dry. I've just taken white paint and I'm just patching in with the card very unprecisely. Just areas where I don't want this pen line now, I've decided, to show through. So if I put this white in, I'll let that dry and then I can go back over with orange, with an orange mix. But it's just a way I find it helps me to knock back an area, and it will help me to get a better colour. I'm just exaggerating, highlighting areas that aren't quite there, and I might just knock out some of this. I think that white is more or less dry now, so I'll go back in and see what can come from that. This red, this sudden love of cadmium light red, I don't have many reds, so I thought I'll get my reds out today. When you add white to cadmium red light, you get this salmon pink, and I want to mix up pinks from other reds, just so that I've got a reference, because although I absolutely love this and it plays nicely because it's from the cad red light, I don't always want salmon, I want another pink. The other pink, it has come from looking at Joan Erdley paintings. I'll turn the camera and swatch up some reds and see what happens, and see if I can find some alternative pinks. This is the red light. This, by the way, is cadmium free. I've got a cadmium free red medium. These are all Liquitex and a deep red. What's that? That's a fluorescent pink. I thought I'd bring the bit of little tubes of pink I've got as well. This is a Daler Rowney Crimson, and this is a deep red and a permanent alizarin crimson. So permanent alizarin crimson. Bit of that. It's not just paint that I'm mixing this morning. I've put some 90% dark chocolate in a pan. I melt it and then I crush walnuts and pecans and put those on top. Okay, that's quite nice. Right, well that's a good start. That's quite a nice pink. We can get lighter and lighter. So next is crimson. Oh, should have dried my brush, a bit wet there. Yes, that's pretty. That looks cleaner. Brighter maybe is a better word. Amsterdam Deep. So far there's no salmon. These are all very similar. There's no salmon because I think the cadmium red light is too orange. So if I put some cad red light, just a tiny bit with the white, it's so salmon. I could take that down further. So a medium, let's just try the medium red. Chocolate melted with crushed nuts. I'll put that in the fridge now and then carry on with some art. I think the pink I'm after, I think it's this. I think it is this. I think it for sure. This is what I'm looking for, the medium red. There's something blue going on in these, and that obviously is very salmon. So cadmium free red medium is my top choice for making my pink. I've got some swatch cards at the ready. I'll swatch the reds and that will be another good job done. I scraped back with white paint. This is still very wet. This is number 3. And I've gone back in again with a bit of depth. So that's wet and lunch is calling, so I'll leave that there for now. I had a thought. I've been sorting through shoes and boots and came across odd socks and things. If anyone is in any doubt, I thought these were a great example, my footsies. That is a cool blue pink. That is a very clear neutral pink, and I haven't got a salmon warm pink footsie, but I've got a warm scarf. If you hadn't thought I was nuts by now, this will just confirm it. I love colour. This is the chocolate from the fridge. Oh, I love it. It's so satisfying when it comes up in big shards. So you need a really good non-stick pan, and I'm trying really hard not to ruin it by gouging it with the knife. So basically you get skinny, lovely, snappy chocolate with the nutty topping, because I can't find really dark chocolate with a little bit of nut. That's heaven. Chocolate heaven. I put a little bit more pattern onto that cushion. I think I've got a little bit more to do here and possibly a bit more on these leaves, but I think I know where I'm going with Orange Chair. Seeing these two together, I'm much happier with this. This looks very undefined. I like some of the elements to it, but I think it needs some strength. I think the black and white might transfer. I've got the blue. I still don't know if I like what's going on with the blue, so there's more to be done with that. But I think I'll see what I can come up with on there this morning. Like, this is my stripy wallpaper, which I've used on the other two. How could I use that in a different way? This is my current bonus sheet, so I can put whatever's left. I'll transfer. I didn't feel completely happy with that, so I've put some white paint over. Here, however, I've glazed with the white paint and a card, and I do really like the subtleties that are coming out. So what I might do, I might continue to do that and then begin to draw. And what I might begin on here, I might begin the hyacinths when that's dry. I'm really unsure about this blue, so I thought I could actually work on the table. Well, that feels and looks a bit better. So I'll leave it to dry and then fix it. I think I can use the fixative. Yes, all change. Hyacinths can wait because I've decided, having just gone in on the other tulips on the table, maybe it's not tulip, I think they're snowdrops. Because those pen lines are in there, I'm kind of able to follow through on. I don't think the camera will pick it up, but I can just faintly follow what's in there. I thought I was having one of those days today. I got waylaid upstairs, digging around in clothes, not really knowing what it is. I think it's the weather. I'm desperately trying to get out of heavy layers, but it is still cold. It's just that funny transition time. So that on the kitchen table prompted me to attack these when I didn't really know what I wanted to do. It was a risk. That's my daily risk, and I'm happy with it. Morning, everyone. The hyacinths are just running away. I still haven't got round to them. Oh, so thankful to people that have bought from the website. I have been dashing up and down to that post office, and it is the most joyful thing. I hope everything arrives safely. I'm packing as much stuffing as I can to protect things, and I'm just over the moon. It's fantastic. So I'm having to try and keep grounded in amongst all the excitement of boxes and packaging, labelling. This is tulip number 1. It's attached to a backing sheet, and that's its mount. I photographed. Remember to photograph your work before you put it behind the glass. I am trying with these frames. They are much lighter, they're not glass. I've got glass frames, and these are a plastic protection in place of glass, and they still provide UV protection, and so your painting is safe in there, but they're so much lighter, which I find much easier. What am I looking for? I'm looking for something here to show you. Yes. A viewer, I'll find the comment. A viewer reminded me about Mod Podge. This is phenomenal. This has phenomenal sticking power. It dries clear. You can actually use it to varnish things. I haven't tried that, but as a sticking agent, it's really, really good stuff. It's not cheap, but it's really good stuff. So thank you for the reminder on that. I do just forget. And someone else said draw with the Chinograph pencil, and I've forgotten all about Chinograph pencils, and I cannot lay my hand. I know I have a couple, but I can't find them. So I'll have to do some digging around and have a go with the Chinograph pencil, because they won't move. Right, so very pleased. That's just been pressed. I've had it on the floor. My A1 sheet, Big Tulips, is under the rug press. That could come out this morning. It's had a few days. And this guy has been pressing on the floor under heaps of books. Rocket is having a little whine to go out. I'm going to grab him. I know some of you like to see him. He's recovering. He's really naughty. I don't know if other people's dogs dig up spring bulbs and eat them. So he's had an upset tummy. He's all right now, and we've been rushing around netting and trying to cover every little bulb that's pushing through. You're naughty. And even though they make him sick, it doesn't stop him wanting to do it over and over again. So, naughty Rocket. He's been feeling very sorry for himself. Anyway, those bulbs just keep nagging me, but I've got so much going on everywhere. I really want to press on with the tulips. This morning, I'll go outside in between the rainy showers and I'll get this fixed up. I found that if I use the fixative, I can actually go back in with acrylic if needed. So that's the state of play at the moment. That I will work this morning. And number three is at this stage, much more to be done there, I think. So I'll get this one in a frame and I'll get Big Tulips out and we'll see. We'll take it from there. Right. I've been experimenting with pink in the sketchbook. This I showed you. I hope I've still got the original photograph. This is one of my old sketchbook pages that I went back to work into, and I'm really quite pleased with the effect of that in there. And then I also have come across a new sketchbook, another Matisse chair, which I was rather taken with. And so I had to have a transcription, a copy of a Matisse chair, not in his colours, but again, just trying to get a feel for a pink. So that was good fun. And the other thing that I'm going to do, I've got one frame left for a tulip, for a smaller tulip, so that pair can be framed. I haven't got an endless supply of frames for paperwork. But what do you do? I'm not going to stop painting and making, so what do you do when you haven't got the frames to put the work in? And I'm going to dig it out. I've got a portfolio that I'd forgotten all about. It's packed out with A1 plastic inners. Paperwork seems to be the way to go in the house. So I will keep my easel and I will keep A1 and half going on here. Oh, just nearly. Here we are then. It's really heavy. It weighs an absolute ton. There is so much in there. This is a very old piece of charcoal work. I went through a phase of doing nothing but charcoal. So your plastic inners, A1 size, are perfect. I need to clean that all up, sort through, and it will be really good. I've decided to keep things stored in my understairs cupboard. I have got one other frame. Let me grab. So I've got one other frame like this for number 2 tulip that's just pressing on the table. It's all been strung with D-rings ready to hang, ready to go. I want to just get that second tulip in the frame to take for the weekend. Have a lovely weekend, have a lovely week, everyone. Whatever you're up to. I have still, I will begin, I think I'll begin next week drawing up the hyacinths. Again, can I find another way of approaching it? So, lots to be getting on with. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for subscribing and leaving lovely comments. So much support, it's fantastic. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.